हरे कृष्णा।
अभी कर लेंगे, अभी आ जाओ तो।
मेरे पैर पे तुम अपनी गंदे चप्पल मार।
प्लीज डिस्प्ले फास्ट।
चल रहा हूँ। जो भी वहाँ पे है, अनिल प्रभु है ना, अनिल प्रभु कॉल कर, वो अभी तो ध्यान प्रभु कॉल करिए, डेकोरेशन मानते हैं अनिल प्रभु कॉल करिए डेकोरेशन।
सुवेंदु
इधर ही रह के बात करिए।
हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा।
सर अभी डिस्प्ले हो रहा है सर।
नहीं, इन माय थिंग इट इज नॉट कमिंग।
आप देखें रूम पे कुछ शेयर हो रहा है क्या? रूम पे कोई दिख रहा है?
Okay, okay, okay. I am able to say why today it is so simple. Why you people didn't do a nice job today? Okay.
Sir,
Anyway.
sir, we are, sir, the decoration is going on, sir.
The decoration is going on.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Today,
you will do it at 10 o'clock.
sir, today Anu Mataji has brought new clothes for Shri Yashoda Maiya and Krishna.
Okay, you keep it. I'll sing and then you can continue again.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Rajmanam.
Esadabheyalokhaladhabamanam Paramrustam Atyanta Todrutya Gopya
Jasodaviolu palagdobamanam paramushtamatra satodrutogo.
Rudantamohor netra yugmam rujantam Karambuja yugmena satanka netram Moho swasa kampa trirekhanka kantha Stita graivam damodaram bhaktivadham Ite druksa leelavir ananda kunde Soghosam nimmajantam akyapayantam Tadeyasitage bhaktairjitatvam Puna prematastam satabruti bande Nabaram deva mokshamba mokshabadhimba Nachanyam brune aham bare sadapiha Idam teba purnatha gopalavalam Sada me manasya virastam kimanaye Idam te mukham vojam atyanta nilayer Brutam kuntala snegda raktaisya gopya. Mohosumbe tambemba raktadaram me manasya virasta malam lakya labai. Namo Devo Damodara Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdhi Magnam. Krupa Druste Brustya Te Dinam Batano Gruhane Samamagyam Edyaki Drusya. Kuberatma Jaubadha Murtaiva Yadvat Toya Mochitau Bhakti Bhajau Krutau Cha. Tatha prema bhaktim sakam me prayacha namakse graha mesti damodareha. Namaste stu damne spura dipti damne todiya daraya tha viswasya damne. Namo radhikaya todiya priyaya Namo ananta lelaya devaya tubhyam.
Namo Radhikaya Todiya Priyaye. Namo Natalilaya Devaya Tukyam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo bolo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe.
Sri Sri Radha Damodar ke Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bo. Thank you, dear devotees, for participating in Damodar Ashtakam. And now, Suvendu Prabhu will take the class. I'll meet you all tomorrow morning in the chanting as well as in the evening class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
हाँ, उधर से। चलो भाग के चलो, भाग के चलो। ये अपना उठाओ।
Hare Krishna devotees, please start reading the translation one after another. I'm just coming in one minute.
Hare Krishna, to the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose shark shape carrying are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokul, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yasoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed to that Supreme Lord. Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna. May I read second time?
Hare Krishna. I will read it. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines
Yeah.
like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Mhm. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this?
Hare
O
Krishna.
Lord, your lotus feet.
Yeah,
Okay,
Prabhuji,
Mataji,
please go
you
ahead.
read.
Okay, Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. O Lord, your lotus face
which is encircled by lots of soft black hair tingled with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, who want to read the previous? You can read this one.
Okay, Prabhuji. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisance unto you, O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord. Be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me. Deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. Hare Krishna.
Maybe I'll read. No one is reading. O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Monigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the cars of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with ropes to a wooden grinding motor, in the same way, please give to me your own Prema Bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation.
O Lord
Lord
Damodara,
Damodara,
I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord who displays unlimited pastimes.
Thank you, everyone, all the devotees, for your kind participation. And my name is Suvendu, and Sri Guru Gauranga Das sir has kindly gave this service to conduct today's session. And today's session will be highly interactive, and we'll be reading from Krishna book. And Govardhan Puja is coming very soon. And I thought that maybe let's read from Krishna book, the Govardhan Lila pastime of Krishna. And there are several paragraphs, and alternately we will be reading and discussing. And yeah, so before that we'll be chanting the prayers, and the way actually sir is conducting every day in the Kartik month. So before chanting this prayer also, we will be chanting Srila Prabhupada Pranam Mantra and also our Guru Param Mantras. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं भितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Before starting, actually, I want to mention devotees that I have actually no qualification. I am just following the sir's instruction, and please forgive me if I commit any offenses. And most of the devotees here, most of them are senior to me. Still, as a matter of service, we are doing this. So we'll start chanting the prayer. तब कथामृतं तप्तजीवनम्
जीवनम्
कविभिरीतं कल्मषापहम् कविभिरीतं
कल्मषापहम्
श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततम्
श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम्
भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना
विक्रान्ति ये भूरिदा जना.
Translation: The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. So, Hare Krishna, I'll request everyone to be silent, and also the power is not connected here. Okay. Okay, so Abhishek Bansal Prabhu, you are there. Can you share the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we know, this is the background of this pastime. Is that all of we know these pastimes, but still, actually, more and more we narrate about these pastimes. The heart of the conditioned soul get actually more purified more and more, and as the prayer actually we sang before, that when we hear and chant this prayer of Lord and his devotees, then our actually all the miserable situation is eradicated. So the background is that Lord Krishna is performing pastimes in Brajabhumi, and this all pastime also happened during the month of Kartik. So Kartik month is very, very auspicious, and we are actually celebrating the Kartik month now. And of course, to mention you that Sir and Mataji and a few devotees also went today to Vrindavan, and they are also will be doing Govardhan Parikrama on the occasion of Deepavali festival. In fact, actually, this time only in the Deepavali day or the previous day of Deepavali, something around that time, the actual pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna happened. So Sir and Mataji and the devotees will be doing Govardhan Parikrama. And here in the pastime is that Govardhan. So Govardhan means, Go means cows, and Vardhan means the one who actually Bardhan means, this is our language itself. Bardhan means increasing the providing the nourishment and and care and increasing the population. All kinds of necessity is being provided by Govardhan to cows. So the mountain who is providing the necessities to cows. And Govardhan actually is non-different from Krishna. Just like the way devotees actually describe that Govardhan, Giri Govardhan and Krishna are non-different. And in the mood of Giri Govardhan, Krishna is actually in the mood of service to like everyone. So Giri Govardhan is actually providing all the necessities of the cows and finally all the necessities of the Brajavasis. And that is a loving reciprocation between Krishna and his pure devotees in Brajbhumi. And let's start without further delay. Let's start reading today's part. Maybe I'll start reading the first paragraph, and alternately devotees can raise their hand, or if nobody is raising hand, maybe I'll call anyone. It's voluntary. So reading from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 24, worshipping Govardhan Hill. While engaged with the Brahmanas who were too much involved in the performance of Vedic sacrifices, Krishna and Balram also saw that the cowherd men were preparing a similar sacrifice in order to pacify Indra, the king of heaven, who is responsible for supplying water. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, a devotee of Krishna has strong and firm faith in the understanding that if he is simply engaged in Krishna consciousness and Krishna's transcendental loving service, then he is freed from all other obligations. A pure devotee of Lord Krishna doesn't have to perform any of the ritualistic functions enjoined in the Vedas, nor is he required to worship any demigods. Being a devotee of Lord Krishna, one is understood to have performed all kinds of Vedic rituals and all kinds of worship to the demigods. One doesn't develop devotional service for Krishna by performing the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies or worshipping the demigods. But it should be understood that one who is engaged fully in the service of the Lord has already fulfilled all Vedic injunctions. So just a quick summary of this part. So one question is that why a devotee of Krishna is freed from all other obligations? So we can see here from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada is quoting that a devotee of Krishna has a strong and firm faith in the understanding that if he is simply engaged in Krishna consciousness and Krishna's transcendental loving service, then he is freed from all other obligations. So that is the point, that a devotee is freed from all other obligations. And another point we are seeing here, that why a pure devotee of Lord Krishna doesn't have to perform any other ritualistic functions enjoined in the Vedas. So many times actually before coming to Krishna consciousness, we may be doing different kind of ritualistic ceremonies to different demigods or family tradition. So in our family, in our parampara, we see family people are doing certain things, and suddenly if we stop, we may get scared that what will happen to us. But this part clearly is showing that if we have a firm faith and if we are nicely engaged in Krishna consciousness under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, then we actually don't need to separately endeavor to satisfy different demigods or follow different types of ritualistic ceremonies. And whatever our bona fide spiritual master give the direction, so that's it, we have to follow, and we'll be freed from all other obligations. So the way we'll be proceeding, so if any devotee has any comment or any point to say, they can do that. or otherwise we will keep on continuing reading. So next, anybody raised hand to read? So nobody raised. Maybe I'll call out the name. Tarun Prabhu, do you want to read? Okay, maybe Ramkrishna Prabhu, you can read. I saw your hand was raised. Prabhuji, you are muted.
Now it's okay?
Yeah.
I read the short paragraph and then the bigger one next to it.
Yeah, you can read 2 paragraphs. Yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. In order to stop all such activities by his devotees, Krishna wanted to firmly establish exclusive devotional service during his presence in Vrindavana. Because he is the omniscient personality of Godhead, Krishna knew something is concealing the word, there is some label. I'm not, can you move the screen a little bit down? Yeah, okay. Establish exclusive devotional service during his presence in Vrindavana. Because he is the omniscient personality of Godhead, Krishna knew that the cowherd men were preparing for the Indra sacrifice. But as a matter of etiquette, he began to inquire with great honor and submission from elder personalities like Maharaj Nanda. Krishna asked his father, "My dear father, what is this arrangement going on for a great sacrifice?" Um, yes, some label again. I think you have to move the screen down perhaps. What is the result of such a sacrifice and for whom is it meant? How is it performed? Will you kindly let me know? I am very eager to know this procedure, so please explain to me the purpose of this sacrifice. Upon this inquiry, his father Nanda Maharaja remained silent, thinking that his young boy would not be able to understand the intricacies of performing the yajna. Krishna, however, persisted. My dear father, for those who are liberal and saintly, there is no secrecy. They do not think anyone to be a friend, an enemy, or a neutral party, because they are always open to everyone. And even for those who are not so liberal, nothing should be kept secret from the family members and friends. Although, to move the screen a little bit. Yes. Although secrecy may be maintained for persons who are inimical. Therefore, you cannot keep any secrets from me. All persons are engaged in fruitive activities. Some know what these activities are and they know the result, and some execute activities without knowing the purpose of the result. A person who acts with full knowledge gets the full result. One who acts without knowledge does not get such a perfect result. Therefore, please let me know the purpose of the sacrifice you are going to perform. Is it according to Vedic injunction, or is it simply a popular ceremony? Kindly let me know in detail about the sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll do just the quick summary. And we see here that when Krishna saw that this kind of Krishna knew everything, but as a matter of etiquette, he wanted to ask Nanda Maharaj in a nice way. And one thing we saw that here, that the pure devotees, all the Brajavasis are the pure devotees of Krishna, and they don't need to perform any kinds of this kind of ritualistic ceremonies because they are fully surrendered to Krishna. So therefore, Krishna want to set an example that they are not obliged. They may perform sometime in the earlier years. They have performed this Indra Puja, but this year they may not perform, but Indra has to supply all the necessities, because ultimately all the benefits are derived from Krishna. And if a devotee of Krishna, like a person is fully devoted to Krishna, all the demigods are obliged to supply all the necessities. That is the point. And in the next paragraph, actually, we saw that why Nanda Maharaj was silent in the beginning. And Nanda Maharaj is in the mood of actually Vatsalya Bhav, in the parental affection. So therefore, that love is actually so dominating and so prominent that he always considered that Krishna as his little child. And therefore, because of that natural feeling and affection, he thought that how Krishna will be able to understand this intricate subject matter, that how Indra Puja is so important, and this is our family tradition. How can we deny it? So those tough things Krishna might not be able to understand. So Nanda Maharaj was thinking because of his deep parental affection towards Krishna. So and in the other side, we see that Krishna was also persistent, and he wanted to hear from Nanda Maharaj that why he's performing this Indra Yajna. And we saw that several points Krishna mentioned, and one of the important point Krishna mentioned, that a person who knows the purpose behind performing the yogya or any kind of activity, then he get the full benefit, whereas one who doesn't know doesn't get the perfect result. And if we think actually in our practice of Krishna consciousness, if we regularly hear the importance of our chanting and importance of our practicing bhakti, then we get the full benefit. But if we do not know the purpose behind everything, then we'll not put our best effort. For example, we in our Nama Yajna session and practically in every lecture, we hear the glories of the holy name of Lord Krishna. And we hear like it is so important, particularly in this day and age. Anyone can chant without any obstacle. At any point of time, anyone can chant the name of Krishna. So there is no difficulty while working, while doing. Of course, our 16 round has to be done attentively, but after that, one can chant also throughout the day and night. So there is no such obstacle that one cannot chant. So this is the situation. And the benefit of chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if we hear more and more, our faith will increase, and will be more determined, and therefore we will get the full benefit. That is what Krishna is saying, that if one knows the purpose behind it, then one get the full result. And if one doesn't know, they get the partial benefit. We can take a quick example also, that let's say a child is given a 500 rupee note, and the child don't know the value. So then what the child will do? Child will play with it, and some benefit he will get by playing. Some value he will see that, okay, there is a piece of paper, it's nice. But those who know the value of it, they will keep it nicely and use it in proper way. So similarly, a devotee knows the value of the Mahamantra, and they chant and guard from all kinds of offenses nicely, and they get the full benefit. Whereas those who don't know, they chant, they commit offenses, and they get the partial benefit. So we'll go to the next paragraph. Tarun Prabhu, you are there?
Hare Krishna. On the screen is being shared. Okay. On hearing this inquiry from Krishna, Maharaj Nanda replied, "My dear boy, This ceremonial performance is more or less traditional because rainfall is due to the mercy of King Indra and the clouds are his representatives, and because water is so important for our living, we must show some gratitude to the controller of this rainfall, Maharaja Indra. We are arranging, therefore, to pacify King Indra because he has very kindly sent us clouds to pour down a sufficient quantity of rain for successful agricultural activities. Water is very important. Without rainfall, we cannot farm or produce grain, and without grain, we cannot live. Therefore, rain is necessary for successful religious ceremonies, economic development, and ultimately liberation. So, we should not give up this traditional ceremonial function. If one gives it up, being influenced by lust, greed, or fear, then it does not look very good for him. After hearing this, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the presence of his father and all the elder cowherd men of Vrindavan, spoke in such a way as to make the heavenly king Indra very angry. He suggested that they forego the sacrifice. His reasons for discouraging the sacrifice performed to please Indra were twofold. First, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, there is no need to worship the demigods for any material advancement. All results derived from worshipping the demigods are simply temporary, and only those who are less intelligent are interested in temporary results. Second, whatever temporary result one derives from worshipping the demigods is actually granted by the permission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is clearly stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Mayaiva Vihitan Hi Tan. Whatever benefit is supposed to be derived from the demigods is actually bestowed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without the permission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot bestow any benefit upon others. But sometimes the demigods become puffed up by the influence of material nature, thinking themselves all in all. They forget the supremacy of the personality of Godhead. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated that in this instance, Krishna wanted to give King Indra, want to make King Indra angry. Krishna's advent was especially meant for the annihilation of the demons and protection of the devotees. King Indra was certainly a devotee, not a demon, but because he was puffed up, Krishna wanted to teach him a lesson. He first made Indra angry by stopping the Indra Puja, which had been arranged by the cowherd men in Vrindavan.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So a quick summary of this part is that we are seeing that couple of reasons why Krishna actually wanted to divert the worship of Indra to worship of Govardhan. So one reason is that the devotees, as we mentioned before also, that the devotees of Krishna, especially like the devotees who are fully surrendered to Krishna, they are not at all obliged to perform any other kind of ritualistic ceremonies and worshipping demigods. They are not obliged to do it, and so that point Krishna want to demonstrate through this pastime. And another thing is that sometimes the demigods who are actually also devotees of Krishna, but they are mixed, they have some tendency to enjoy this material world. So they are mixed devotional service. They are performing mixed devotional service. So they accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead and they worship Krishna, but simultaneously they have tendency to enjoy this material world by having different designations. So Krishna accordingly arranged such so Krishna facilitate to provide those facilities. So in this case actually we are seeing that Indra, Krishna is the super soul, and being super soul, he knows everyone's heart, and he knew that that Indra is actually puffed up, and therefore he wanted to teach a lesson to Indra also, that all the power and all the facilities he is able to get because of Krishna only. So that also he wanted to point out. And so yeah, therefore Krishna arranged this particular pastime, and we'll be seeing the next. Anybody has any comment or any point to share? Okay, anyone else would like to read the next paragraph? Chiranjit Rai Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Suvendu sir. While with this purpose in mind, Krishna began to talk as if he were an atheist supporting the philosophy of karma mimamsa. Advocates of this philosophy do not accept the supreme authority of personality of Godhead. They put forward the argument that if anyone works nicely, the result is sure to come. Their opinion is that even if the God who gives man the result of God who gives man the result of fruitive activities, there is no need to worship him, because unless a man works, he cannot bestow any good result. They says they say that instead of worshipping a demigod, people should give attention to their own duties, and thus the good results will surely come. Lord Krishna began to speak to his father according to these principles of karma mimamsa philosophy. My dear father, I don't think you need to worship any demigod for the successful performance. Oh, for the successful. Sir, can you point out where I was actually I missed
Yeah,
for the
Bansal Prabhu.
successful performance?
Agricultural activities.
Bansal Prabhu, can you show, highlight?
I got it. For the successful performance of your agricultural activities, every living being is born according to his past karma and lives this life simply taking the results of his present karma. Um, Taking the result of his.
Everyone is born.
Oh, everyone is born in a different types or species of life according to his past activities, and he gets his next birth according to the activities of this life. Different grades of material happiness and distress, comforts, and disadvantages of life are different results of different kinds of activities from either the past or present life. Maharaja Nanda and other.
Maybe Chiranjit Prabhu, you can pause there. Maybe we'll give others also.
Okay, okay, sir.
So here a quick summary is that we see here Krishna started speaking a philosophy which is little bit different philosophy. It's karma mimamsa. So Krishna actually took this philosophy to actually divert, to convince actually Nanda Maharaj, and to divert the worship of Indra to worship of Giri Govardhan. And this Mimamsa is somewhat actually little bit atheistic. as mentioned in the first line. And the philosophy is that whatever karma mimamsa is that whatever action one performs, accordingly he gets result. So therefore no need to accept any superior authority, or no need to think about any other thing. Just do your action, and based on that you get the result. To good action, good result; bad action, bad result. So that kind of philosophy, and that way Krishna wanted to tell Nanda Maharaj that no need to think about Indra. Do your activities, and based on our past activities, we will be given like the result. So there is no need to think about a superior authority. Actually, if we see like Krishna's some of the other incarnations, so for example like Buddha incarnation, so there also we see some philosophy which is not directly like Vedic. In fact, it is actually atheistic philosophy, but there was a purpose behind it, and we know the purpose why Buddha gave that kind of philosophy. Because in the name of sacrifice, Vedic sacrifice, in Kali Yuga, people were killing and sacrificing animals and eating the animal, and thinking that they are doing a great job in terms of Vedic sacrifice, and they are following all the Vedas, and they are going to get all the higher goal of life by sacrificing animal. And therefore Krishna kindly actually incarnated in the form of Lord Buddha, and it's actually empowered incarnation, Saktaves avatar, and propounded that philosophy. And later we know that through Shankaracharya, the philosophy, sorry, the Vedic principles are again brought back, but it was also very close to the Buddha's philosophy. Only thing is that Shankaracharya brought back the Vedas, and he mentioned that why, dear friends, why you are taking the Buddha's philosophy. Buddha's philosophy don't have the Vedic base, because the Vedas are the ultimate knowledge, and whatever he is speaking, most of it is there in Vedas. And why not you are accepting Vedas and get your ultimate benefit? So that way he brought back the Vedic teaching, and then slowly we saw that our great Vaishnava acharyas like Ramanujacharya, Madhavacharya, they established the Vaishnava principle about the personal form of the Supreme Lord. And then slowly we saw that in Lord Chaitanya's teaching, where the devotional service in the mood of Brajavasis are the highest. Anyway, so this is the thing that sometimes Krishna speak different philosophy, but he has a different purpose. So here the purpose is that he wants to convince Nanda Maharaj, and also simultaneously he want to show two examples, that one is pure devotees don't have to be dependent on any kind of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies, or neither they has to depend on any demigods mercy. So they are not dependent on that, so they are only dependent on Krishna. Another thing is that sometimes demigods become puffed up, like Indra was puffed up, and Krishna want to correct and set an example that all the great positions we might be getting in this material world, so that are all temporary, and these are all Krishna's arrangement. And we should always acknowledge that these are all by the mercy of Krishna, or by the like the facilities provided by Krishna. Yeah, so that is the point. Anybody wants to share any point or anything at this point? If not, we'll go to the next paragraph. Anyone wants to read voluntarily?
I'll read, Guruji, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji.
From where? From
Nanda Maharaj and other elder members.
Yeah. Maharaj Nanda and other elder members argued that Without satisfying the predominating God, one cannot derive any good result simply by material activities. This is actually the fact. For example, it is sometimes found that in spite of first-class medical help and treatment by a first-class physician, a diseased person dies. It is concluded, therefore, that first-class medical treatment or the attempts of the first-class physician are not in themselves the cause for curing a patient. There must be the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, a fathers and mothers taking care of their children is not the cause of the children's comfort. Sometimes it is found that in spite of all care by the parents, the children go bad or succumb to death. Therefore, material causes are no sufficient for results. There must be the sanction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nanda Maharaj therefore advocated that in order to get good results for agricultural activities, they must satisfy Indra, the superintending deity of the rain supply. Lord Krishna nullified this argument, saying that the demigods give result. Can you just move Abhishek Prabhuji?
Prabhuji,
Last
up.
but the second line.
Hmm.
Now where did it go? Yeah. Lord Krishna nullified this argument, saying that the demigods give results only to persons who have executed their prescribed duties. The demigods cannot give any good result to the person who has not executed the prescribed duties. Therefore, demigods are dependent on the execution of duties and are not absolute in awarding good results to anyone. So, why should one care about them?
Thank you, Mataji. It was a very nice part. So we see that how Nanda Maharaj is one side, he wanted to worship actually Indra. And his reasoning is that if we do not worship the predominating demigod, let's say for the rain, Indra is responsible, then how will we get the rain? But in the other hand, Krishna's point is that they are acting based on the will of the Supreme Lord, and they are the demigods are not independent. So they are just like the agent who are acting under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna has set some certain rules and regulations, and those are actually given in the Vedas. So 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 actually, there is a verse that dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So the religious principles, so those are actually there in the Vedas, and those are actually directly given by the Supreme Lord. And those are actually apaurisya, they are beyond the space and time. So therefore, uh, those are actually directly given by the Supreme Lord, and Indra or other demigods also have to be obliged of those injunctions, Vedic injunctions. So in other words, all the demigods are dependent on those principles. So if one performs devotional activities and fully surrender to Krishna, who is the supreme of all, and then one is not obliged to separately one is not obliged to satisfy separately the demigods. So that is the point actually in the beginning we read, and that is being again and again emphasized. So it's already 8:40. Maybe I'll just speak few words about the towards the end, and we can read this part of the Krishna book, and it's very nice. And Govardhan Puja is also coming, and there are several, many unlimited glorification of Giri Govardhan, and devotees always go to Giri Govardhan and offer obeisances and do parikrama, and it is so spiritual, so spiritually relishing while doing Govardhan parikrama. Although it is a long distance, barefooted, one has to do parikrama, but it is always blissful. And in the later part of this reading, we'll see that that Nanda Maharaj and the elderly people will be convinced by the words of Krishna, and then they divert the worship of Indra to the worship of Giri Govardhan, and there will be a great festival. And we all of you know that how the messengers of Indra will be informing to Indra that here in the tiny village of Vrindavan, all the people are became very puffed up, and they are not worshipping a great demigod like King of Indra, King of heaven Indra. So Indra will be very angry, and he will bring all the powerful rain cloud, and some rain clouds are even so powerful that are used during the time of devastation, universal devastation, Samvartaka cloud and all. And it is mentioned that the rain cloud will be so massive, it's like elephants, like big drops of rainfall. But however, we know that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so he will lift the Govardhan, and all the Brajavasis, all the cows, and all inhabitants of Brajabhumi will enter in that umbrella, and with the left finger, Krishna will lift that Giri Govardhan for 7 days and night. And there are so many nice pastimes during that. Krishna will be playing flute, and devotees will be all ecstatic. Krishna will be also ecstatic, and then the Giri Govardhan also will be ecstatic, and devotees will think that okay, let's relax for some time, don't play. Then everybody will have time to, every time all the devotees wanted to see Krishna all the time, but during this pastime everybody will be successful for 7 days and night continuously. They will be able to have darshan of Krishna face to face, and yeah, then after that we'll see that in the other side, Indra's pride will be slowly crashed, and he will realize that okay, he is the Krishna, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the master of everyone, and he is the master of even Indra. So therefore, to pacify Krishna and to beg forgiveness, so here we can see that Indra actually is a devotee of Krishna, but we know that in this material world, if one is not fully Panya Vilasita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, so if one is not performing pure devotional service, there is every chance of committing offense or mistake. So that happened with Indra, and he cannot go directly to Krishna, and therefore he will request one heavenly heavenly Surabhi Mata. So he is a heavenly cow. Surabhi also is there in the spiritual world, but Surabhi also is there in heavenly planet also. And we know that Krishna's one name is Govinda and Gopala. All the names, many names are there. Krishna, who is like very loving and caring to cows. And when Krishna will see the cow and will bathe by the cow milk, so he will be very pleased, and he will forgive Indra. And Indra also will beg forgiveness and offer prayers. And there is a nice kund in Govardhan Parikrama called Govind Kund, and that nice kund is the direct charanamrit of Krishna. So that happened due to Surabhi Mata actually did the Abhishek. King Indra and Surabhi did the Abhishek of Lord Krishna. And time is up. Let's see if devotees has any comment or anything.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Who is speaking?
Prabhu. Yes, Anant Srivastav. Anant. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, in this section there is written, means Krishna is saying that demigods cannot give the good result to who are not performing the prescribed duties. So what does it mean? Means demigods are like just like they are giving judge kind of. Means he is judge, demigods. Means who is
You are
not
right.
performing, means my question is, who is not performing prescribed duties, Krishna provide good result to them also. Means I'm just asking.
See, one has to do, like, there are two things. Most cases in this material world, everybody is conditioned and everybody is bound by the Vedas, the words of the Vedas. So Vedas are the manual of this universe. For example, like if you let's say buy a gadget, let's say this laptop or cell phone, so this has a manual. Of course we might not use the manual because we are so used to it that we might not use the manual because we know it. So similarly, expert person might not read Vedas, but he already read before and knows the purpose behind it and act accordingly. So the point here I want to make is that all the action and reactions are all bound or already happening, like based on Vedas. If someone follows the Vedic literature and accordingly they get the result, and if someone denies it, so based on that also one get their reaction. So Prabhuji, is that clear, or you wanted to ask something else?
I was just asking Prabhu ki Krishna provide result to them also who
Those
are
who don't
not
perform.
I'm just asking that. Means they are
So the karma actually is a very complicated subject matter. So your question actually is appearing because you see that many times people are not doing great activities, but they are earning a lot of money. For example, let's say one do some little business and they are so successful, they earn a lot, whereas others are putting so much endeavor and getting nothing. Maybe your question is based on that. And the karma actually works in a massive network. It's not only one lifetime, it's happening from the past also, and it's happening in the present life also. And it needs a proper situation to fructify one's past reaction. So for example, let's say one commits a great offense, let's say murder or something, and runs away. So you might say that, okay, the person did a great offense, but he is not punished by the government or nothing is happening. He is enjoying, let's say he went to the foreign country and enjoying. How it is happening? How things are going on? But there is a actually superior arrangement. And by that arrangement, either in this life or in the next, the person will be suffering. We cannot actually see instantaneous things, like let's say I just see the 5 minute thing and conclude about everything. No, in this system actually we are actually eternal being. The soul is eternal. We have we have crossed many lifetimes, and all of them matters. It's not that all of them doesn't matter. All of them matter. For a person who doesn't fully surrender to Krishna, one who is in the material platform, for them the past many life matters. And for us also, those who are not fully surrendered to Krishna, that matters. And because of that actually we experience the suffering. And those who are fully surrendered, for them Krishna takes care everything. Of course, you might see that pure devotees apparently they are suffering, but internally, no, they are not suffering. They are always in the blissful state.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. There is a question, sir. Can you elaborate karma mimamsa? No, before that also there is something. Can you elaborate karma mimamsa? So that part we read, that one paragraph, you can read it again. In brief, it is that you do karma and you get the result of it. So those who believe in karma mimamsa only, for them, they don't accept any superior authority. They think that I am doing this activity and I'll get accordingly my result. I don't care any superior authority. So that kind of philosophy. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned, and basically like Sukadev Goswami also mentioned, that this is a little bit atheistic philosophy, but Krishna sometimes use different ideology to certain purpose, and the purpose here, that one purpose is to establish the point that the pure devotees don't have to be obliged to any demigods, and don't has to depend on them for their necessity in their life, because they are already fully surrendered to Krishna. And second thing is that he want uh, to destroy the pride of Indra. So he is a devotee of Krishna, and therefore he don't want to kill. He just want to crush the pride. Yeah. Sir, from Sankarsana, Vasudev comes, and from Vasudev, Sankarsana, and Chaturva. So the Chaturvas are like this in this sequence: Vasudev, Sankarsan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And this four form of Supreme Lord is there in Dwarka. So Vasudev Krishna is there in Dwarka, and Shankar son Balram, and Krishna's son is Pradyumna, and Pradyumna's son is Aniruddha, and all of them are Vishnu. All of them are Vishnu Tattva. And for us, actually, Sir also mentioned repeatedly that there is no discrimination between all of them. And in Brahma Samhita also we have seen that it's like a candle light. One was the first one, and from there other lights are coming out. So there is no difference between the two candles, as you know. There is absolutely no difference. But still there is a little difference, that one is the origin. Origin is the Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam is the Adi. Is it true that a Krishna don't know how? What is this question? Is it true that Krishna don't know how we will misuse our freedom? No, this is not true actually, because Krishna, actually it is very difficult subject matter. Like we are trying to understand what Krishna know and what Krishna don't know. So that limitation actually we should not put. Krishna actually, Krishna knows everything. Krishna knows everything. So that is the point. Sir, can you explain all rasas in which devotees reciprocate with Krishna? So there are basically the main 5 rasas, One is the Santaras, and then we have the Dasyaras, and then the Sakhyaras, friendship, and then Vatsalya. And we were reading here Vatsalya, Nanda Maharaj and Krishna, their conversation. That is in the Vatsalya or parental state, and then the Madhuryaras. And details of it, I think Sir usually mentions in all the classes, and it's there in all Learn Gita, Live Gita also. Any other question, Prabhuji? I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Thank you, devotees, for your participation. Tomorrow, Sir will give the class.